Wilson Advisory is a century-old company that works in asset management and financial advice. They're always looking at new ways to try and change and adapt what they're doing to try and keep up with the ever-changing digital landscape. Wilson's actually originally reached out to us because they had an existing spreadsheet that allowed them to do portfolio allocation. They wanted to increase the functionality in the spreadsheet as well as making it more user-friendly. On an initial review, we gave them some feedback on the spreadsheet and some of the small things we could do. Now, this is normally outside our scope, but because we want to try and help them get to the next stage, I didn't really have another option internally. We're happy to oblige and assist them in this consultation. As things had it, after that consultation, Wilson went internally and took away some of the feedback we gave them and came across some code that their parent company, Craig, had also developed in New Zealand. It was a much larger portfolio and administration platform, and they thought that maybe that might be a good fit for them here in Australia. They came back to us and said, if we get the code, will you be able to spin it up for us and let us have a look at the features and functionality? And then are you able to look at that code and quote for us on a number of features and integrations that we might need to bring it up to scratch? Obviously, we could help with this, and we were supplied with the code by Wilson's. After giving the code and spinning up the application, we started to see a few things that weren't going to work. While the application was built very well, it was built for a single use case over in the Craig's business in New Zealand. The integrations and portfolio modeling that they did over there was quite different to the piece done here in Australia. I went back to Wilson to present the proposal. The proposal was not very good. Unfortunately, a lot of the code was unusable, and it was a significant amount of work to take that piece of code into a piece of functionality that they wanted to use. At the end of the day, Wilson didn't proceed with building this option, and that's because I was very upfront in the conversation and said it's going to be an expensive, long-winded process in order for you to get what you're asked for. Now, of course, we could have bid and gone lower in this process, but I wanted to be upfront and honest. Wilson was very happy with this approach. They've since gone another direction, and they're looking at bringing in a licensed piece of software that will be able to give them the functionality now. We'll always keep in touch with Wilson's, and I wish them the best on their journey. But from Flying Donkey's perspective, and a positive outcome for Wilson's, it was an extremely positive engagement with Flying Donkey. They explored a number of options, both being a spreadsheet and existing internal code, and tried to work out if that was fit for purpose. They didn't have that skill set in-house, and they wanted someone to be able to give them the options to go forward. There was no biased opinions and no wrong directions that were given to them, and in the end, they made the correct decision to go forward with a licensed piece of software. If you're tossing up the best way to move forward in your business, or what piece of software might work best for you, feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to have a consultation with you.